So with Team of the Year coming to an end in FIFA 21, it's time to start looking forward to the next promo, which should be Future Stars. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, then check out my sponsor. There's a link to do so in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieron, you'll get yourself a nice discount, but if you use the code Kieron, T-O-T-Y, you'll get yourself an even bigger discount throughout the Team of the Year promo. In this video today, we're going to cover the release date, potential players, and we're also going to talk about what this promo is and what makes it so good for Ultimate Team. For me personally, it has become one of my favourite promos that EA actually do. Now before we get into things today, if you guys could leave a like rating on the video, that'd be very much appreciated, and also in the comments below let me know your thoughts on this promo in the past and if you're happy to see it back in FIFA 21. So before we get into the details, we should probably start with some basics, like for those who are new to Ultimate Team, what is this promo? Well, essentially it's boosts for low rated players, which is why I love it so much. And they're essentially taking players who are like 23 and under, who are just starting out their careers, and it's players who are perceived to have high potential, and they're going to get big boosts to make them pretty usable in game, which is great. For the most part, it's average looking silver cards getting boosted to like 85 pluses and even up to 90 rated, which just makes it really fun for Ultimate Team. Last year, one of my favourite cards all year long was Future Stars Martinelli, just because I enjoyed playing with a very much upgraded Martinelli card in the game. Now on the EA website, we do have some criteria for the Future Stars. Future Stars is a list of brightest breakthrough talents who are 23 or under and have shown high potential but have not quite established themselves as global stars yet, and also haven't been released in past Future Stars campaigns. I'm going to imagine this will be the same for the upcoming one in FIFA 21, so any player who has had a Future Stars card in the past, I doubt will get another one in a future FIFA. Essentially the overall ratings are just determined by what stats EA think they could achieve at the peak of their career, so that's why we get such high rated items. And there's also a comment on the bottom about the objective players, but we'll discuss that more later in the video. Okay then, let's talk release date. When do I think this promo is coming? I think it's coming this Friday. I do think it's going to come this week. I know it's very soon after Team of the Year, but that's when I think it's going to come. And the reason I think that is because last year, Future Stars began on the 31st of January. So I think EA are trying to keep that schedule as close as possible, as we've seen with previous promos. And it's also worth mentioning that obviously a lot of promos are pushed back this year, and they're getting released a bit later than normal because of obviously everything that happened in the world in 2020, and obviously that's carried on. And another thing worth mentioning is if EA are going to keep a lot of the same promos that they did last year, which I suspect they will, they're going to have to cram Future Stars in very quickly to then get Winter Refresh done, to then be free in March to do Foot Birthday, because we know they won't get rid of Foot Birthday, and we know Future Stars is coming. So yeah, I think it's going to be this Friday, and I'm hoping it's going to be back to the 2-week promos. And you might be wondering, Kieron, how are you so confident that Future Stars is actually happening in FIFA 21? Essentially, there's already stuff in the game that suggests it is coming, and it's a super popular promo, so I can't see them ever getting rid of it. But the main reason, obviously, is the fact that there is already stuff in the game that suggests it's coming. As you can see on the screen right now, this Twitter user, BladeJohnson112, has essentially found like loads of kits that are on the database, or in the database, sorry, and as you can see at the bottom, there is a Future Stars kit, and also a goalkeeper kit as well. I'm hoping that's not going to be an SBC, but yeah, we've had a lot of kit SBC so far, so it probably will be. So what can we expect from this promo? I'm hoping EA go big with it, because the past few promos haven't been that great in my opinion. They haven't been terrible, but I just feel like they could be better. Team of the Year was good but not great, and Foot Freeze a bit more of the same. So I'm hoping Future Stars is going to be big. And last year they released a pretty cool squad, as you can see on the screen. You've got players like João Felix, Greenwood, Martinelli, and also there's a couple other low rated ones which turned out to be really good cards. That Max Aarons was really solid at the time of release, and I personally really enjoyed that Moussa Dembele card. Along with the squad that they released, they also did like really good objectives, to be honest. Essentially they gave you, or you could get, a low rated card of a Future Star, and you would unlock objectives along the way to work towards a better version of the card, which was really good. And I really do hope they do that kind of objective thing again, because it was just something nice in Ultimate Team, and it gave you a good reason to play the game as well, because you was upgrading your card along the way. Also, it was kind of quite nice that you could collect like different variations of a particular player along the way. You got to keep all 4 cards. It was a 2-pack promo back in FIFA 20, so I'm hoping we see that again in FIFA 21. And here you can see on the screen the second team. This one was pretty big. They put Haaland in there and Lautaro Martinez, which was quite mad. But my favourite card out of all these was probably that Future Stars Tomori. He was just, you know, outstanding at the time, and also Ikone was pretty solid as well. So yeah, I'm hoping we get a good mix of players this time around as well. I want to see some like pretty high rated elite ones, but I also want to see some quite low rated ones as well. Just, you know, some fun items for Ultimate Team. It's meant to be a fun game. I want fun players in it, so we're not all using the same players in every single team. EA do love to do their votes, even if they are semi-rigged, as we may or may not have seen with the Team of the Year promo. So we could see another one of these again for the Future Stars promo. If you remember back in FIFA 19, that's when this one dropped. We had a player pick choice where we could essentially select an extra Future Stars player that eventually got put into the game. But interestingly, the other 4 got nothing, which was yeah, certainly interesting, especially for those of us who wanted Reece Nelson, who unfortunately didn't get him. Now let's talk about some potential players that we could see in this year's promo. Now bear in mind, this video isn't my prediction video. I'm going to do a separate dedicated video for that, so if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do that, and yeah, that way you'll be notified when I do drop my Future Stars predictions, which will probably come out at some point this week. It might even be tomorrow, depending on what content we get in game. So for right now, I do have an example prediction for you. This one's made by Sam. His Twitter will be linked in the description if you want to check him out. He's a graphic designer and has produced this really well designed graphic featuring some pretty good potential cards. I think we all know that Ansu Fati probably is going to be one of the higher rated cards in the Future Stars promo this year. I would be very shocked if he misses out, but I just can imagine the card that I personally would be most looking forward to as I slowly lose my voice is that potential Future Stars Saka, which I'm hoping is going to be a really good card in Ultimate Team, and he's another one that I'd be quite shocked to see miss out. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him. It'll be interesting to see if they do go with someone like Jude Bellingham, because obviously, although he had like that big name transfer move, he hasn't really, you know, hit many headlines as of yet when playing. But I guess that's kind of what it's all about, this promo, just finding players who maybe aren't as well known and giving them big boosts to see if they reach their potential. But what do you guys think? Do you think they'll put him in or not? I'm a bit on the fence about that one. He's not only predicted players that could be in as well, he's also spoken about some players who could be objectives. That Gio Reyna card could be very nice, and I'm sure Dortmund fans would be very happy to see that one in. And he's also suggested that we could get a player pick as well, which is another thing that I would really like. I like the player pick that they did in last year's FIFA, where you had the choice of Forest or Kent. I know some people don't like those kind of selections because you can only pick one instead of both, but I kind of like them. I like that kind of choice decision in Ultimate Team, so I hope they return that kind of player pick at some point. So that's pretty much it for this video. We've discussed potential players, we've discussed release date, and we've discussed the promo as a whole. I do hope you found this video useful. If you have, please do leave a like rating on it. Also, let me know if you're excited for this promo to be coming, and look out for my Future Stars predictions, which will drop at some point this week. Like I've already said earlier in the video, hopefully tomorrow, but if not, it'll be Wednesday or Thursday. So look out for that, guys. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.